Now then folks, how we doing? It's James, JT at the movies, behind the camera for a change, and that can only mean one thing. It's time to give you a tour of my new movie room. So, we'll come straight in then, shall we? And we'll show you the first thing that you see on the wall is the Blockbusters sign. That used to be on the door to the old movie room, but I'll explain why I've put it there, and then I'll sort of give you a quick look round. So, we've got some shelves there. And then we've got one of the IKEA Kallax units there that holds 8, and that's holding all the bins, all the drawers that I had, all like my overflow and doubles and things in like that. So that's what this is there. I've just a relatively small TV in here at the moment. I've just got a 32-inch Polaroid one that I've had for probably about 10 years now, actually. And then I've got a Blu-ray player as well, which is a second-hand one. And I got it for £5 last year, which is amazing, in a charity shop. So I figured I'd have that in here. I should let it focus. Yeah, so I figured I'd have that in here so that if I do want to watch anything while I'm pottering about in here. And then Laura got me a light-up Sonic the Hedgehog sign because it's my favourite video game. And then over here we've got DVDs and Blu-rays and some PlayStation games as well. So these are mostly things that I've picked up recently and I haven't sort of sorted into the rest of the collection yet. So they're over here while I find homes for them, and then eventually they will be sorted into the rest. And then up top there we've got the Clint Eastwood box set and a couple of movie-related books there. We've got my Indiana Jones pop figure up there, and Doctor Strange, as well as Carl Mordo as well. Ruben gave me those. Cheers, mate. One of Laura's boxes of tricks. I think that's got, I don't know, necklaces and bits and bobs and things in. And then that bag is a bag full of DVDs that Laura's aunt and uncle gave me, and it's mostly all the individual seasons of Friends on, like, you remember the individual snapper case discs that they used to come out? This next shelf then is the start of some of my collector's editions. We've got those 2 HMV VHS editions there, some Criterion there, and then the biggest of my collectibles, or probably one of the biggest, is my premium collections, which goes across from there to there, and then comes down here. And then a couple of steel books there, High Rise and Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, and then some 101 films there. And going across into Powerhouse Indicator. There's a steelbook there that I got from my good buddy Jeff at 101 Bronson, as well as a couple of other things there, some imprint titles, BFI, Arrow Academy, Second Sight, Eureka, all that sort of stuff. There's an Arrow one there that needs to be over with the Arrow stuff. Then we come down to this shelf, and these are just things, again, Blu-rays that I've picked up that need to be sorted and put away. And a few special editions, a few standard ones there, and then there's a couple of DVDs and Blu-rays there as well that have been like charity shop finds. Then here's where we start sort of getting into, I really just need to sort it out, and I've not got that far yet. So we've got some Arnie Blu-rays and 4Ks there. This pile here is what I've picked up since we've moved: the McPherson tape, House of Gucci, The Nest, Cry Macho, and The King's Man. And then see, these are some of the things that I picked up over Christmas that never got sorted out. Some Christopher Nolan movies there. Where are we going to next? I don't think I've shown you in here yet. So then here's like the actors featured section, but they're all mixed in and amongst each other at the minute. So there's some Stallone there, some Clint, all sorts of stuff. And then we've got some Nick Cage here, some more Nick Cage, some Tommy Lee Jones, some Tarantino, all sorts of things there. More Tommy Lee Jones. And then as we get down to the bottom here, we've got some more Schwarzenegger, just all sorts of things there. And then some random stuff there at the bottom, Jackie Chan, Beetlejuice, Stallone, not entirely sure why. If we come over to the bottom of this one here, we've got, again, it's just more stuff that needs to be sorted. There's Nick Cage, there's Jackie Chan, there's Arnie, there's just all sorts, isn't there? This is my Harrison Ford collection, not in any order this time. It was all in order, but it's just kind of got dumped on the shelf as is. But that's every Harrison Ford film from Star Wars onwards, well, American Graffiti onwards, actually. Some more stuff that needs to be sorted, and then the same with this one, and then that's the one that I sort of showed you first there. Over here, if we can see it, sat under my little monkey, Clyde. I'm sure folks will get that reference. We've got my James Bond Blu-rays. So that's obviously all the ones up to No Time to Die and the unofficial ones as well, and then a couple of doubles or collector's editions. And then this thing poking out here, which I don't know if I've shown yet on an update or not, is the Ian Fleming biopic Goldeneye. So looking forward to watching that and seeing whether that's anything worth writing home about, as it were. Clyde. So then, what you actually came to see then? So the movie collection. And you'll have to forgive the loft ladder at the bottom there. We're actually having some stairs built into that cupboard, so I'm not going to open that for you to get up into the loft. But the current access is out on the landing, and it's up those ladders there. And I had to reinforce them, because I'm not kidding, they were about to fall to pieces when we moved in. So to be able to get up there and use that room, because it is a massive room, 5 square metre room up there, fully converted, just they never put a staircase in the previous owners. So yeah, I had to reinforce that with bolts and things, and put those sort of these ones in, every join and stuff inside and out to make sure that it's not going to go anywhere when we go up it. But here's the Blu-rays and the DVDs. So up the top here we've got the Arrow collections, and then the regular Blu-rays start with numbers into A, and then we come across into B, and into C and D there. We then come across back into D here, and come across. That Harry Potter one needs finding a home for. It's the 4K set. Into F. All the way over into G. And as I mentioned before, folks, but for anybody new to the channel, I mix my 4Ks and my Blu-rays in together, as I'm not the biggest of 4K buyers, and so it doesn't really warrant its own section just yet. We come over into this shelf, into J, into L, all the way over into M. M continues. And we come into P. Carry on with P, and we get into the start of S. Really enjoyed the new Scream film. Looking forward to picking that one up when it comes out. A Rogue One, that. S continues, over to Star Wars. Star Wars continues. And we end up into U. And then currently Blu-rays end on this shelf here. So what I have done is, even though these films are here, these are my James Bond DVDs, not my Blu-rays, but my DVDs, and then numbers where DVDs start. And I've just kind of left them there, and then left this shelf here free, so that DVDs, and rather Blu-rays, can expand when I buy more titles, and when I finally get around to sorting out what's in all this lot that should be over here. But thankfully, because of the way that me and Phil and Laura and Louise packed them, we were able to retain the alphabetical order that we managed to sort them into when I built the last movie room, so putting them away wasn't too much of a task. Regular DVDs then start down here and go A, and then they go down into the remainder of A, B, C, D, up here. And then I've done it a little bit differently to the Blu-rays, and I'm not sure why, but I've just gone sort of like down, and then starting again up here. And at the minute they finish there. So we've got all this room to grow there. Here's all the cushions that we used to have in the fancy armchairs. And there's some like box sets and things with multiple titles in. And a few other bits and bobs down there that need sorting out. But I just really was ready to get this room all sorted. Then up the top, we've got a few different bits and bobs. We've got a tray there full of Christmas DVDs. So obviously that'll only come down once a year. The first 4 seasons, I think, maybe 5 seasons of Bones. That was a gift from Laura's aunt and uncle. The Blade Runner set with all the different cuts in it. That's a mate's copy of The Sopranos DVD that needs to go back to him. I've actually got my copy over there. The Lord of the Rings extended editions. The James Bond VHS set that I've had for ages. I don't think I've shown these before, but these are James Bond video CDs from Japan, and I got them for £3 each in a charity shop in Leeds. They play on my multi-region player. They look awful, as I'm sure you can expect, but just for the collectability of them, I thought, well, I've got to have them on there. The Bond 50 Blu-ray set, the original DVD set, the ones that sort of line up on the spine and say 007, the X-Files box set, Stargate SG-1 series box set, and Stargate Atlantis, and then the complete 24 collection. and then the Sopranos box set. That box rather, is full of some doubles. That's actually going to the son of a friend of mine, so they're just up there and out of the way, so that I know where they are when she comes round with him. And there's a couple of laser discs there that I had on display in the old movie room, and I've not quite worked out what to do with them yet. Then over here on the wardrobe door, we've got my JT at the Movies YouTube logo that Laura very kindly had made into a canvas for me. And then the insert from the Abyss Laserdisc that you just saw peeping over the edge there, framed. So it might not look as full as the last movie room did, and that's because obviously I've not got the 55-inch TV in here, nor have I got the two really comfy padded recliner armchairs, because we actually have a front room downstairs that's big enough to accommodate all that now, and I will show you that at the end of this video so you can see where we're actually watching movies. Like I say, I only popped this TV in here because I thought if, the mood takes me, if I'm alphabetising something or looking for something or maybe shooting some videos or whatever I might be doing in this room, just pottering about, keeping out of our lass's way, keeping out of trouble, I might want to put a film on. So I thought there needs to be a small telly in here. But the other reason I'm keeping it largely clear is, as I mentioned before with those ladders, we're having I'm not going to open this cupboard because it's... you've seen it in The Simpsons, haven't you, where Bart gets asked to tidy his room and so he just shoves everything in the wardrobe and it's like, don't go in there. It's a bit like that at the minute, but I am going to have to clear that out in the next couple of weeks because we're having this wall opened up and we are having a staircase that will sort of mirror the existing staircase to get upstairs into the house to get into our loft. And currently, the only way you can get into our loft is up there, and then you pull that down. I have to put that ladder up there to get up there, and that's sort of the guest bedroom. I keep my guitars, apart from this one, up there, and storage. Really, I suppose it's the biggest room in the house, and it's a shame we can't really use it as we'd like to at the minute. So that's why we're having a staircase put in there. So that will probably mean that this shelf will need to get moved down a bit. So when we do move that shelf down, it'll mean that this one, the short one here, will have to come over to the other side of the room and we'll have to sort of scooch all this down a bit and then shift everything down so that you can access the stairs in that corner there. So that's why I've not gone crazy with putting posters up or painting the walls or doing anything else yet to maybe make it feel a bit more like the other movie room did, which was just screaming my love for movies. Although I'm sure this goes a long way towards that, doesn't it? And then, just as promised, folks, here's a look at where we're watching the films these days. So that's the TV that used to be in the old movie room and the sound bar as well, but it's on a TV cabinet in our front room now. There's the two recliner chairs, and we've got a nice settee as well. So it's a much sort of cosier atmosphere. And obviously the room upstairs didn't allow for it to be a home cinema and a movie storage room as well, but we think that this works a lot better. So there we are, folks. That's been a quick tour of my new movie room for 2022, and I'll probably make this an annual thing and just show you what's sort of going on with the movie room on a yearly basis. I shouldn't think that much will change any sort of more frequently than that. But yeah, that's the movie room. That's where we're watching films these days. I'm now sat in my nice recliner chair, just enjoying a bit of peace and quiet before I go and pick our lass up from work. If you've liked the video, drop us a thumbs up, of course, and leave your comments down below with your thoughts on the new movie room and anything else you might want to chat about, because, of course, I love chatting to you guys in the comments. It's great. And thank you so much for watching the video. If you're not already subscribed and you're finding me with this video for the first time, please think about subscribing. I'd love to keep you around a little bit longer. And, of course, it helps the channel to grow as well. Above all else, folks, take care of yourselves, and I look forward to seeing you again real soon. Bye for now.